Ah, ah, Hey, right on vibes. We in here. Get Teddy right there. Teddy get comfortable. Bring my laptop open here. That might be a little bit better like that. That's a little closer. I'm gonna pillow up right here. All right. See the title. You already know the vibes. It's Naga the Wise. Yo, I'm thinking about cutting my locks, yo. Shit, I don't get no love either way if I got them on or don't got them on. Like, so I'm thinking about chopping these shits the hell off. They getting on my nerves. You see the title, Naga the Wise. Just because you think you know, you don't. All right. This shit crazy to me, yo. Like, I be listening to people talk about religious aspects and release their sacred knowledge that they've been holding for years. Yo, people be stupid, yo. Like, that's what I think, and not for nothing. Like, nature explains that shit in so many different ways, right? It explains what I'm about to talk about. Turn this fan on. It's kind of hot. Nice little breeze. That ain't too bad. All right, so nature explains it, right? In every single aspect. But the problem with people is they believe that they have the right, you know what I'm saying, in some aspects. So listen, it has nothing to do with nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna watch people do this shit for the rest of their life. Like, people gonna choose to make a motion. They're gonna choose to make a decision for the rest of your life. You're gonna always say, this how I feel, and this what I'm gonna do, right? Whether it's this motherfucker up here fucking with me on my channel, or somebody else in the backfield or the background trying to do whatever they trying to do in life. Even when people are like, yo, you cheated on me, I'm not gonna let you get one up on me and don't do it back to you. This is none of this shit is your nature, yo. It's not, none of it's your nature, right? It has nothing to do with what you are. All this shit was taught to you. So when it comes to the divine, right? When people say the discipline and the divine, the reason why you discipline, the fallen angels, the devil, these people, and all this different shit. One thing has nothing to do with the next. I can easily, without putting you in a situation, ask you a question, and your response from that question to tell me exactly who the fuck you is. That's how this really works. So it's like, if a fish is in the water, not because the fish jumped out of the water or it wants to go on the surface, does it change anything of the value. Fish don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? That question itself will respond if you remove the fish from the water. You know what I'm saying? You got, was it Finding Nemo and shit? Remember when they took the dude out the ocean, they put him in a fish tank? He's about to lose his mind. He's like, oh no, this can't be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think. Nobody thinks at all. Everybody has a particular understanding based off how they feel within their self. And it's not even, it has nothing to do with your natural way of living. Not natural, non-natural. It has nothing to do with how you are living. You got everybody on the earth like, yo, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to love myself even more. I'm going to eat this food. I'm going to live like this and da-da-da-da. Yo, look, I'm sorry, yo. That's not what happiness is. So the discipline, right, is you finding out what's your element. As a culture of people, what's our element? Spirituality. Why do I know that? Because you have a soul. You have something that comes into this flesh before it's able to do whatever it wants to. It comes down, right? And as it's coming down, it comes inside you. right? And it gives you life, animates your body. That's your that's your thing. That's like your water for the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Your air for the birds or whatever, or the woods for the deer. Like that's what it is for you. So there's criteria that go with that. Whenever you question against any of that, I have to cut it off. If you're in a relationship, right? If you're in a friendship, you're in a job ship, that job come up be like, yo, Steve, y'all, you worked late last night, right? Like, yeah, I was here. Wow, what's up? First thing he did was ask a question. Wow, what's up? That tells the boss what? You're nervous. Secondly, you're telling on yourself. Third, whatever he's about to ask you, you probably did it. So then his fourth decision is like, you know what, we ain't even gotta go into it. Just go ahead and hang your apron up, and I'm gonna call you next week for the schedule. He don't even want to go back and forth with you because you done told on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. He's like, yo, we overstaffed. Don't even tell you why. He caught you stealing. He ain't gonna even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that type of shit. In this world, you got people who are created in their full totality off of circumstances that didn't serve their best interest of how they wanted things to turn out for their flesh, how they wanted to feel in their flesh. So you got people who have failed relationships. You got people where somebody you thought you can love might have went and loved somebody else in your family. You mad because you ain't get that person. You ain't get the life that comes with that. Why would you have that life? That's not even what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people be jealous about shit, but in their character, they're not even like that. You just want something that you can never be like. So it aches your heart a little bit. It makes you feel. That's where all these feelings come from. So, like, yeah, they could easily make a placement for temptation, a person that will tempt you, because you have both of those thoughts on your shoulders. You got a time when you sitting there like, I ain't gotta do this. But then you be like, nah, I'm gonna do this because. None of those decisions are based out of your nature. You're spiritual. You have a spirit inside of you. You have a soul inside of you that animates your flesh. So whenever you start to do anything against that, that's how your body starts to go through dysfunctions. So you end up being sick. You know what I'm saying? You end up being sick. Things start hurting and all this other shit. You know why? Because you're treating your body and your spirit with a disservice. So let's get to the whole nutshell of this whole thing. Religion, spirituality, stories, biblical pretenses, everybody today, the government, armies, war, you know what I'm saying, infidelity, you know what I'm saying, all these things, right? See, they're all tests. They're all testing. That's what they are. They're all testing. You know what I'm saying? You got some whack ass people in this world that just don't like to be they self. So they'll come meet you so they can try to take shit from you to be like you. You know what I'm saying? People walk around with this type of negative energy on them, like, and they think nobody else can pick it up. I've talking to so many people, females and males alike, and I watch them get mad because they just don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they true character come out, and then they got everything to say against you. Some of these people be trying to drain your energy. They'll try to play a role in your life like it's something else just to paint a picture on you so they can try to put themselves on a pedestal. At the end of the day, you shouldn't give a fuck what nobody got to say anyway. And slash, that's showing you that this person is so deep without their natural understanding of things, they're willing to attempt to do something to a physical person, whether that's lie, cheat, or steal from them in whatever form. I know I got copycatters. I had people that claimed they was my friends, and I was watching them try to be like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching them, and I let them do it. I won't even say nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? I let them do it because they stupid. You'd have told them 10 times over about them. I even had a friend tell me to my face with a smile, yo. Hold on. Because I was watching, was it like the new, it's like the new Underworld. Remember Underworld from back in the day with Celine and all that? They got like this little thing It's like a new, but it's dope. I was watching that. But I had somebody that considered themselves a friend of mine tell me to my face what they did wrong. And I ain't even say nothing. I just laughed it off, right? Like, yeah. But it was what they said, right? And how they said it to me. And I sat on that shit for months. I kept acting like everything was sweet. I sat on that shit for months. And I thought about it. I was like, yo, that's deep right there, yo. This motherfucker literally did this shit purposely by how they felt. Not by what they knew, but what they felt. And they chose to sabotage some shit. So I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. Yeah. I gotta get rid of him. And it's a fact. And you guys, sometimes you gotta move in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got the most fucked up energy about them. Everybody want to be divine, but nobody want to put the real work in that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody do. I didn't at one point. You know what I'm saying? But then it becomes a second nature to me. And before, in my character type person I am, I'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool. People like that when they can come to you and act like there's no repercussions, no repercussions to their actions. They think there's no repercussions to their actions. But divine says I'm the judge, right? So I'm not talking about what people use in religion, because they don't know shit. Religion don't know nothing. Okay, they don't even understand the stories that they use to try to promote religious values. They don't know what that is. They don't have a full understanding of that. So I know, based off what's giving and through you as a creation, I know what divine is saying. I gave you this in this circumstance. Keep that. So, like, if I teach you about money and I say, yo, save your money, I'm giving you this. I'm gonna keep giving you this. You save it. You save it. You know, if somebody come do, they'll come steal from you to put you in a different mentality. So when they take your money from you, now you upset and angry, and then they'll try to replace it what they stole from you in a way of them smiling in your face like they doing something for you. These people are the worst because they're not taking accountability for the fact that they're a thief. I can give something to you and it's all right. We happy now. No, we not. You're a thief. Yeah, I can smile too. Smiling doesn't equate the value of what you are as an individual. You see what I'm saying? Smiling has nothing to do with that. They even tried to put it in the Bible. They say, yo, if you married to a person and the woman, she does infidelity or she cheats on you or whatever, and then you choose to take her back, like you choose to go into her womb again, even after you knew she did whatever she did, that would allow, almost like saying you accept her an apology. No, everything about this world is manipulation. They ain't got nothing to do with it. But because we are consciously agreeing that things from the Most High and how we perceive things are in similar retrospects, that mental format can formulate these values as how we see them to be. People say, yo, Jesus ain't real. Ain't real to who? It's real to a bunch of people who believe in it. You see what I'm saying? And collectively, their minds might allow them to create that as a value mentally. I had this lady tell me one day, I think the soul is in the shape of a cross inside of you. I was like, I did everything I could not to bust out laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was about to correct her and be like, no, because you know that's not what it is, but because it's been seen. You know, I was gonna go there, but nah, she was like, yes, I believe it's in the shape of a cross inside of you. I just let her have that shit. That shit was funny as shit. I believe the soul is in the shape of a cross. I was like, this motherfucker don't know what the hell they talking about. I was like, but they can have it though. I ain't even mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but every circumstance in life, everything falls under the dynamic that your discipline is based off what you are. Fuck no. And what the hell? Nah, I was acting it out, and no, I'm not. Whatever your crazy name is, I can't pronounce that shit. Fuck you mean, am I gay? I guess you was raised to be disrespectful. Anyway, yo, this shit crazy. Yo, motherfuckers don't care what they say out their mouth. Anyway, so that's the point to the value, like everything, right? Everything even like, so it doesn't, like I was using the analogy the first time. So like a fish in the water, it has to be in that to explain itself as that, as an essence. Otherwise, nothing else matter. Man will take it out the water and be like, well, da 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 XYZ to the story. Has nothing to do with that as a reality. Even with discipline, when it comes to the divine, if the divine gave you life, why you gotta question anything? You know what I'm saying? If your life is animated inside of you, why are you questioning anything? This is Joke from Russia. This is Jake from Russia. Okay, good to meet you, Jake. Listen up. Since you come, you wanna get some knowledge, you wanna see what's going on. Well, listen up. So, and don't keep interrupting me unless you got something to say, because I don't mind answering questions, but I'm trying to get to a point right now. So, with discipline and the divine, it follows that same criteria, right? So the divine, you don't get to question the Most High. And that's where ego plays at with man. Man think, yo, I can contend with anything. I can go to the divine and ask him why this happened, or da 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 da. I don't have to follow because I got free will. You believe that. You believe your will is free. No, in your flesh, you think that shit is real. If your soul comes out your body right now, your flesh turned to beef jerky. It just goes back to the dirt. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else matters at that point. If your soul leaves your body, you go back to the dirt. Your body can't move. It can't make a decision. It does nothing. It goes back to the dirt. So no energy that you promote while you carrying your soul is even important. Like this motherfucker right here get up here asking me, yo, are you gay? That's what he chose to do instead of introducing himself to me first. See, disrespect carries. That's not even his essence. That's just what he was taught. You don't know no better. You see what I'm saying? Don't know no better. So the reality states, this is what we're dealing with on an everyday basis. So now I got to try to contend with your mind because you choose not to have discipline and understanding for what you are as an individual. I can't deal with that shit, not in life. That's why I stay, me personally, I stay to myself, right? You know what I'm saying? I stay to myself. But ultimately, my connection with the divine is what helps me strengthen my discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand the flesh is flawed. I understand me personally. I get mad, I get pissed off and all that shit too. Just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I feel some type of way, but then I grab myself by saying, going to the Most High and asking the divine to center me. You know what I'm saying? Asking the divine to center me and give me peace. Because I know deep down inside, like my dog, I fed my dog this morning. I got a big ass German Shepherd, female German Shepherd, right? I go to feed her the food. When I go to feed her the food, she like to jump and show me love, but she got these claws. She got claws. That's how it is, right? So she come over and she scratched me on my foot. I'm like, that shit hurt. She ain't mean to. That's just what she do. You know what I'm saying? She ain't mean to, but she scratched me. So I'm like, I ain't yell at her or nothing. I could have yelled at her, be like, move out the way, because she scratched me and it hurt that bad. But I was like, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. But I know she didn't mean it. So what I did was I focused inside of myself and I gave off the energy that she hurt me. Instead of me saying, you hurt me, and call her a name and swing at her and try to run her off because she hurt me. And that's what most wild animals respond like in life, right? Whether it's people, animals, or whatever, they respond indifferent to them having a conscious understanding about anything. So me knowing that she didn't mean to and she was trying to show me love, I projected it from my heart instead of outward, like in a sound. Instead of me saying, you get on my nerves, I calm myself down and I thought out my body. I was like, yo, you hurt me. She normally would follow me. She normally would follow me and keep jumping and jumping when I feed in the morning. But this morning, she felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? She felt me say, nah, you hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching her response to that. I was watching her move to how I move. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, she picked up on that energy real quick. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You got to start being like that. That's why back in the day when we was being raised, your grandma ain't had to say much to you. She could just look your direction and you got quiet. Your grandpops ain't had to do much. He said it one time and that was it. You know what I'm saying? The respect level from emotion was more important than anything else. Right? So that's the problem that we have and we're gonna always have in this world. Like, you got people who always want to be something other than what they are, and you don't even know what to do with your light while you got it. Like, you got light inside of you that makes sure you can move. You know what I'm saying? You got light inside of you that gives you life. And the only thing you can think about to do is anything that's created or given to you by man. That's your highlight of life. That's the problem, though. Somebody said to me, like, it was like, yo, I'm probably gonna be judged for XYZ. I was like, nah, you probably gonna be judged on what you did with the light that's given you, because that's the only thing that was given to you to give you life. If I'm gonna judge you, it's gonna be off what I gave you, not what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what people get it twisted at. They walk around like, yo, what I did. I already know your flesh is weak. I already know you out your element, because you can't go a day without effing up. You can't go a day without fucking something up. That's everybody on the planet. You know what I'm saying? You got one culture that think they supreme. You got another culture that don't feel they supreme enough. So they constantly trying to prove to everybody that they're in a different energy. You got other cultures that's trying to catch up with what they know to be supreme. And ain't nobody got discipline under the divine guidance, the creator of all creators and creations. You got nobody in line with that. You got religion talking about stories that they partially believe, but they're only focusing on, like, even like let's get a benefit of the doubt. Let's say the story of the angels was partially true. Let's just give it, and I'm gonna show you something that's ill. So if the angels was a creation, right, by the divine, and to be of service of the divine, what would be the one thing that divine would do to make sure that they stay in line? In Jeopardy, do 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 do. Like, if I need to know I can trust you, what would divine do? I made you to play this role, though. I created you for this role, but I gave you a little bit of will within that. So then you start saying what's supposed to be and what not supposed to be, right? How this supposed to be and what is not supposed to be, right? You start going contending with that as a value. You've already stepped away from your purpose. If I'm in a relationship with a female, right? I gotta say that because I just got called gay, right? I'm in a relationship with a man. But if you're in a relationship with your woman, right, and she tells you that she loyal, and she tell you that, you know what I'm saying, she got your back and she gonna hold you down and whatever, like she always did. Like, I had a female tell me that, like, what, beginning of June, I met this chick or whatever. She was like, yo, I'm locked in. Just for her to ghost me and shit. I was like, yeah, these bitches be full of shit. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That be that as a value, right? So if you tell me all these things, I get to ask you, right? I get to question it, right? I get to say, is this real? Sometimes people will ask that question because they're so wrapped in their feelings, they don't know how to let it play out for themselves. This is what we say shit like, yo, I give you a fishing line and you'll take it all the way out and drown yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll hook yourself. I already know what you about type shit. You know what I'm saying? So think about it like that. So if divine created angels, and then all of a sudden the angels want to question the space of what it's supposed to be. I'm not saying this is real. I'm just giving you a scenario, right? I'm not saying none of this is real or what I'm saying. I'm giving you a scenario. If the Most High did create angels to play a role in his life, right? Or in that existence, and then everybody's speaking in their own direction, I would set you up to show me if you was loyal or not. I'll put a plan in motion just so you can show me if you're loyal. Is it more important that you express to me, which is Almighty, your point of view of what's going on or what you think should happen or shouldn't happen? Or would it be in your best interest to shut the hell up and do what I told you? Do what I made you for? If a pig literally start flying tomorrow out of the womb, y'all gonna say something ain't right. It's the end of the world, because people have said this forever. Or when pigs fly, and then pigs start flying, and y'all like, oh my God, they must have did it in the science room. Nah, yo, just keep it 100. I'm just saying, like, possibilities are endless. But for me to want to contend with anything that I'm not, it's something wrong with me up here, right? So what does that say about everybody on the planet? What does that say about everybody on the planet? Right now, people look at me and be like, oh, it's because it's you talking. I don't give a shit. Do I care about how somebody feel? No, I don't. I never did. I'm a grown man. I ain't making this far in my life giving a shit about how anybody feel. I was too busy doing the right thing by anybody I was coming across in life. But I would always see people choose their self. I would always see people say things and then do something different. And I'd be like, huh, that's how that worked. And it was almost like the world be like, yeah, I did you like that. You gonna do it back? I even had somebody say that to me one day. I ain't gonna put her on the spot, you know what I'm saying? But she was supposed to be an important role model in my life. And she told me, yeah, I did that. What you gonna do about it? I was like, woo, okay, that's the game we playing. You supposed to be this role, though. This the role you supposed to play, but you coming at me like I'm your enemy because of what you did. You don't want to take accountability for your actions, so I'm wrong. What I'm gonna do about it? You're right, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna let Divine kick your ass, though. I tell you that, and it's gonna drag these shit out of you for the rest of your life. For real. You know what I'm saying? And that be the reality. Like, people don't want to see that. And then they'll say, well, these things are happening to me because somebody else is doing this to me. Nah, ain't nobody doing shit to you. You just disobedient. You disobedient to your creation. You as a creation. It's a disservice to do the lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? To lie to anybody. You're doing a disservice from your spirit itself. Your spirit, like, yo, we don't even rock like that. What you talking about? We don't even rock like that. What are you talking about? Right? It's just something to think about. Like, who are you? Before you step outside, before you go talk to anybody, I ain't talking about your ego. I ain't talking about how your friend Tim made you feel. I ain't talking about how your girlfriend made you feel when you didn't have the right outfit on and you didn't have the right money. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about, who the hell are you? Are you more like your mother or are you more like your father? You know what I'm saying? Was you raised by your father's brother? So you got some of his characters. Do you even know what you are and how you feel? Do you stand for anything? Or do you just be moved because somebody said something? Do you get weak and go cry? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you do any of those things? Like, my point to the value is, the divinity was given up. It was given up by angels, if that's the case. It was given up by creations, if that's the case. It was given up by so many different things. Nobody on this planet holds that. Not even spiritualists or damn preachers and religions. Them people, that everybody's the biggest hypocrite. And because everybody lives in this particular energy, they see nothing past that line of symmetry. Everybody is now believing that everybody in the world sinned or has sinned at some point. That's true. That is true. I have been a sinner at some point in my life. But I've also said I didn't know no better. Sometimes I might have went too far not knowing no better. And I always went back to something higher than what people would try to tell me. Like, I could try to go to the parents, you try to go to friends. But everybody, they self-serving. So you have to go higher to get a higher perception. Because nobody's on that page. Nobody's trying to do it right on purpose. There's nobody here on earth doing it right on purpose. You think you meet people like that. You know what I'm saying? You think you meeting people like that. You think you meeting good people. It's not a such thing as good people. There's people with agendas. There's people with agendas in the world, and they sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I get mine. That's called being selfish. There's people with agendas, and that's what they do. They have an agenda. They have a criteria. They do something. They act like, most people act like they're more important than what they are. That's why they do things to try to get attention. But I don't see bullshit. I don't see shit that doesn't magnetize or fulfill my life. I don't even see it. Gnats and flies, I don't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do something to get that shit away from me real quick. Like, I don't see it. Negative energy, I don't entertain that. I'm not about to question you about your stupidness. I'm not about to be like, yo, that was wrong. I ain't do that for what? If you've been following me for a long time, you heard me say, yo, I do not argue with on purpose. How you gonna argue with somebody who do shit on purpose? You thought that shit out. You had all the time in your days to do whatever, and you thought to do something wrong. You thought to lie. You thought to steal. You thought to cheat. You thought to manipulate. You thought to cause a problem. You thought to disrupt something. And out of everything that you are, the only thought you can grab is something indifferent to what you are. You're fucked up as a person. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. You just do. You got no control over what's in here. You're not even controlling your own light, because the only thing you can harness is the same hatred that was thrown at you. That's some deep shit, yo. That's some deep shit. That's crazy. Like, out of your whole existence, the only thing you could do is be mad. That's crazy, yo. Like, how you gonna call yourself divine but then get mad? Divine is almighty. Nothing bothers the divine. Divine ain't like, yo, I don't like the fact that you ain't. I don't appreciate that you. Nah, divine ain't doing that. Divine like, all right, let's see how far you get without it. And when it's all said and done, I'm gonna take my light back from you. That's what divine do. You know, these weak ass people out here, they go and they talk shit. They ain't got nothing else to do. So they find negativity. And because we come from weakness through our processes, everybody entertain that shit. They be like, oh, that was this, that was that. Nah, I don't entertain none of that shit. I'll walk away from your ass. I'm so serious. Like, nah, I don't want no parts of that, yo. I'm good. Y'all go ahead and do that by yourself. I'm so serious, yo. I've done it. I've told friends to their face, no, we're not friends. I'm so serious. Nah, I'm not shaking your hand. We're not cool. I don't F with you like that. Yeah, it's called standing on something other than. And that's like the foundation of what religion is. What do you rely on within you? If you rely on the light that's in you to live, and you do, then watch this. Matter of fact, I appreciate that right there, Divine. I like that right there. That was some fly shit. Yo, check this out. You motherfuckers right here on the earth representing everything else, right? Y'all study this book. That book ain't had nothing to do with putting that light inside you. It didn't guide that light to you. It didn't help install it. It didn't choose the parents that laid down with each other to put the light inside you, but y'all follow that shit. It don't matter what culture you is. You could be in any culture. That shit had nothing to do with your mom and your daddy laying down and ensuring that light came through their canal to give your punk ass a life. It had nothing to do with it. But y'all represent that shit. Y'all sit there, put it on your neck. You're screaming out loud. You out there acting a damn ass. And you ain't representing what you are. You got to make your light grow. Your light has to expand. That's how you save yourself. Your light literally has to expand. if you want to rise, if you want to die, that's fine. You might just want to die like everybody else. But if you want to do something different, you want to rise your spirit to your flesh and get your fire sigils and know what your true name is that was spoken into the universe in the beginning of time. If you want that, you got to have discipline, yo. If you want to, like, if you can speak your name, that's when you become. That's when you become. And they'll never tell you what becoming is. They'll never tell you. They're not going to break it down because they don't think nobody can make it that far. You will become. I'm telling you, will become, and you will become even more. You'll keep becoming more until you pop out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a fungus. Like you'll pop out, like, you know how something can like literally grow on the side of another animal, and then this eggs or this babies that come out and they live now. They've been living off the animal. Kind of like that. But not so severe. And when you can't get to that understanding as a reality, what happens is you transmute. Your energy keeps going in and out of certain things until you comprehend that you are not the things you are. You're the light that's inside of those things. And that respect and that understanding starts to carry a function. Right? And the function is how well you comprehend that to be a reality. You see what I'm saying? So, for the most part, people are going to live with this, and see, sometimes I don't even want to get up here and talk. I don't want to get up here and talk because it's not for everybody. Sometimes I don't want to tell nobody nothing because I'd be like, damn, you got these people all the way over here. You got these people who live this way, live that way, all around the world, but nobody knows. They just don't know like that because they're going to get up and be impressioned by whatever the value to be. People don't know shit, yo. They just don't know, and you can't force them to know. Like, you can try, and I've been talking to people, I've been telling them stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they swear up and down they know what you're talking about, and they don't, because they still move opposite of what they claim they know. They move opposite of what they claim they know, and this is a reality. I'm never bothered by the shortcomings of individuals. I just stop fucking with people because I ain't got time for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for half nothing. I ain't got time for fake nothing. I ain't got time for liars, cheaters, stealers, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck who you is, where you at in this world. I ain't got time for it. Go over there and talk your shit to them people. Go tell them whatever lies you want to tell them to make yourself feel good. I don't give a shit. People don't pay my fucking bills, and they never did nothing for me to make me feel like you're important enough to matter. So go do that. Make yourself a ditch in your life. Go dig a hole in your life worried about me for the rest of your life. I don't give a shit. Shit don't even mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think about people enough to give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not why I was put here for, to walk around and give a shit about how y'all feel about what's going on in this world. Nobody should. You shouldn't be walking around talking about, and then people think, oh, some man gonna come back and set you free from your choices, from what you choose to do every day. And just because you got a false mindset, you believe that your choices that are being made is being rectified because you believe that shit. Look, disillusion. You just in this whole, y'all be in this whole mentality of false belief. You know what I'm saying? And y'all run with that shit. Nobody want to take consequence. Nobody will take responsibility for nothing. I don't like this person. Nobody give a shit what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that be the reality. Everybody got something to say and nothing to do. Me and Devon has been connected for a long time. Even before I knew I was connected to the divine, I was connected to the divine. And once I understood I was connected to the divine, I still didn't like some of the connections that I had because I didn't understand how things was going to play out. And because I didn't know how it was going to play out, I had to be shown. So then you'll be shown a lot of things. You'll see a lot of things that people don't get a chance to see. They don't even know the questions you have. They don't know what you saw previous to what you're seeing at this point. That allows you to line up everything that you're learning in that circumstance. People don't know none of that. So how can somebody actually be on the same level as you? Divine ain't teaching them the way he's teaching you. It's not equal for everybody. And then sometimes I get in these conversations with different people, and I'm around different circumstances, and I'm listening to what they say, and I'm like, I remember I thought like that. And I asked Divine, is it safe for me to start talking to this person right there? Like, nah. That ain't even them who brought them to you. They brought them to you so they can absorb energy that they don't know what to do with, which is also dangerous. So you got to be mindful of telling people shit who ain't ready to hear it, yo. Some people ain't ready to hear it. You know how they call that blissful ignorance? Yeah, that's like being a child in some sense. Some people just gotta be in the dumb energy. I'm not mad that you stupid. I'm not mad you don't know no better. When I'm mad at that you don't stand on that. You see what I'm saying? I'm mad that a person won't stand on their truth. You'd rather lie and act like you know what you don't know. And then you want to use your ego because you really don't know. And it's like you'd rather be upset or try to fight from the fact that you don't know a certain knowledge that you're standing on, opposed to you truly putting the discipline to learn that shit. Nah, that means you like being fake. And then that shit starts to come off your skin after a while. You start seeing that shit like, this motherfucker's fake as hell. I don't even want you around me. I don't want to tell you fake as shit. I don't want that around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit I'll be on. Like, I don't be with the bullshit, yo. I really don't. I'm a Cancer for real at the end of the day. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to stand on what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to act on what I know. But when you start acting fake, I'm going to tell you about yourself, yo. You know what I'm saying? And if I got anything for you, I might, if I got anything for you, I might spare your feelings just by giving you a direct response. That's me sparing your feelings. I could have told you exactly what pissed me the fuck off about you. And then you be sitting there like, damn, yeah, I did say or do that. I don't give people the benefit of the doubt of knowing that shit. You're supposed to be able to know your own actions. I'm not gonna be, oh, you did this, you did that. I'm not doing none of that shit. That shit is corny to me. I'm so serious. I never check behind somebody who know what the fuck they be doing. But nope. Oh, you gonna get mad about? I'm not getting mad about what you did. That's your burden to carry, yo. If you a liar, cheater, and stealer, I'm not saying nothing to you. That don't mean what you did didn't hurt me. That don't mean what you did didn't bother me. That don't mean what you did didn't play some role. It played a role. I just knew that something was way stronger than your soft ass. I knew something was way more powerful than the choices you decided to make. I knew that something had me anchored in my reality, opposed to me following the energy that you was trying to make me feel. All praise due to the Most High. It's a fact. You know, I met all types of people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never met an original. Oh, matter of fact, I'm lying. I have met some cool ass people, yo. I met some cool ass people before. I ain't gonna even take that away from them. I met some cool ass motherfuckers that's down to earth, real ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've met more fake, fraudulent, hating ass on the low. They hate themselves so much. And they go around talking, telling people, like, you know what I don't like about a person? This is one quality I hate some people do. They talk shit about everybody, but they won't talk about themselves. They'll call you to point out flaws that people they deal with got. I hate people like that, yo. And I'm sorry, Divine, me like you can't. Nah, I have imperfections. I do. And I don't go around telling people about how I feel. But yeah, when your ass come around me talking shit about somebody, that shit irks my nerves. And I'll be quick to get off the. I'll be like, yeah, all right. Hey, yo, I'm about to go. I got some things I got. I hit a motherfucker with that shit real quick. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm a little busy right now, but yeah, we can do it again later. The fuck out of here, yo. I ain't got to be real with you. I gotta be real with the Most High. Period. It ain't about you. As long as I take care of you, that's all that matters. I ain't got to tell you shit. Ain't none of your damn business at the end of the day. It's not a scripture that says make sure you're truthful with everyone you come across. But I ain't gonna lie to you neither. Might not tell you everything, but I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ask me a question, I give you the answer. And sometimes I'll be like, yo, you sure you want to know that? You sure that's what you want to know? If I tell you the truth about how you feel about what you are, then you ain't gonna like what I got to say. And that's my. I remember when we was young, my nana used to be like, "You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it." But sometimes people don't ask the right questions, yo, and I leave laughing. I be thinking that should be funny, yo, for real, because you be like, "Yo, how you just gonna be like that? You just take advantage." I was on Clapper the other day, right? I don't be on there like that, but I be on there sometimes. And I seen this lady put a post out, and she was talking to her man like he bought himself one burger, right? He bought himself one little burger. He bought her like platter. She had all the food, like it was everything was out there. I'm like, damn, he hooked her up. He bought himself one little burger, and she was like, "You just gonna buy a burger for you and they gonna let me try?" He's like, "Let you try it. You got all this. I bought you all that, right? I bought you all that." And she was like, "If you ain't gonna let me eat none of your burger, you got to get out of my house." I was like, "Yo, this really happening right now?" She kicked homeboy out the house because he wouldn't give her a bite of his burger, but he bought her mad food. Like she had the platter. He's like, "I got you your favorite stuff." She was like, "You got to go because I can't try none of yours." He was like, "No, this is all I got." He had a little burger for himself. Sometimes people just selfish like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? And they think they getting over. Majority of the time, men got good hearts. You know what I'm saying? More than others. And I'll be in the world listening to certain things like online or whatever, or like listening to people talk about horoscopes or whatever. And you know, even in the right of that, you got people that single out things like it's like certain things can't be over there and they have to be over here. You got women that say, and I'm like, yo, why are so many women talking about divine women when 90% of the women ain't shit? Why y'all talking about divine is divine? There ain't no divine in no woman. Will you show me that shit? Please show me that shit, because most of the women out here in the world, y'all shit on men left and right. Yeah, I'm not jumping on those sides because I respect women. Always have. I respect my elders. I'll listen to them if they standing on something. Always have. But I ain't gonna sit there and side with no bullshit. I sit there and watch women take advantage of dudes that are weaker because they love them. He loved the shit out of this girl. He'd do anything for her. Might have glasses, might not be the strongest type dude, but he loved her and she chose to deal with him. Oh, I'm gonna take advantage of him. He don't even know that you thinking like that because he's enamored with the fact that you even in a direction. And then somebody will say, "Oh, you was dumb for loving this type of woman." The reality is you had the opportunity to do somebody wrong and you scapegoated it by saying they didn't protect themselves right. That don't make it beneficial. That just makes you loud to the world. And you just opening your mouth. Well, they should have did this. That shit don't mean nothing. You still a sucker ass person. And men, majority of the time, men, the way men think, men be like, "Nah, that shit too weak for me. I ain't fucking around. I'm gonna do that for," unless they really did something wrong. Then you will see a man ragdoll somebody real quick. Slide your ass all across the house like I'm moving furniture. Yeah, men will step up and do that to another nigga too, because you know what? Niggas don't be with the bullshit majority of the time. Watch your mouth when you come around here, because somebody will do something to you. That be some real shit. I don't know the reality everybody else live, but I know we don't be breathing in all that fake shit on purpose. And the ones that do, and we might not say nothing, but I don't F with you like that because that's how you get down. Even in your household, your neighborhood, people in your hood, you be knowing like that's how they really is. I don't F with you like that. They don't F with you like that. See, most people will grow into that. See, I'm from the hood for real. So I know when people, I used to hear other people talking about, "Yo, why they always like this? Why they looking like this?" I know that little kid, his household, they ain't got no food in the refrigerator. I know his moms ain't working. Ain't no pops around. Pops probably on crack. He ain't got nothing. So when he come out in society, his face always like, He got the screw grill on. He ain't got nothing to smile about. But people point and pick because he ain't got nothing. Shoes messed up, shorts dirty, t-shirt dirty. Mom just making sure they got a pack of bologna for the night. They eat nothing all day. I know people like that. I grew up around people like that. That's a reality. You dig me? That's a reality. And you get people that prejudge life. People will say, oh, these people are like this because of this reason. Nah, they ain't like that because of that reason. The same people you connected to made sure this outcome happened, so therefore you can sit here and point your damn finger. We are so far removed from even understanding what your purpose is in life and what you really connected to. That's why I be like, yo, I'm saddened about how many people gonna die in the last days. Like, oh, y'all gonna die. Everybody but like 10. It'll be out there screaming, Father, help me. Father. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. The worst of the worst. And the only thing you had to do was represent what that light was doing for you. It gave you life. People be like, yo, why you gotta do right and wrong? What's right and wrong? Right and wrong? What was right? You got light in you, right? That gives you life. If that light just cuts off in the middle of your conversation, and your head just drops, your bones get weak, your muscles floppy, you fall into a pile of skin on the floor, your light, the soul just left your body. Your eyes ain't gonna be wiggling around like, hey, what happened? Your heart ain't gonna still be bumping. That's why when you die, you shit and you piss on yourself. Your nervous system shuts down. The blood stops pumping. The bowels don't work. The urine lets go. That's because everything that's attached to keep these things in motion, they let go. It's not controlled by you. It's controlled by the light that's inside of you. So it let go. So how much control you think you really got? Oh, you tough though, because you can say fly shit out your mouth to people. You can get on social media and look crazy and say, oh, this person this and that person that. Oh, they ain't got this and they ain't got that. Take that light out your body and see how well you stand. You tough though, right? Let's pull the soul out you and see how well you move around. Because you ain't shit without the divine. You ain't nothing. See, I can say that in full confidence. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Oh, what you think you something because you got the little bit of bread? You think you something because you drive a little something? You think you something because you went and told somebody off? You think you something because you was able to go purchase this? You ain't nothing. And you ain't gonna never be nothing. You know why? Because your equate to the value had to do with that. That's why you ain't nothing. And I can say that shit with a smile on my face. You ain't shit. This lady used to be, this is a movie, right? Me and my brother used to laugh. My stepbrother, we used to laugh at shit all the time. I think it was Colors. I think the movie was Colors. But she was like, you ain't nothing more than the dog shit they wash off the sidewalks in the morning. That's what she said in the movie. We used to roll at that shit like, you ain't nothing more than the dog shit they wash off the sidewalks in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because that's what people end up equating to. Everything in this world is processed down to the food, your clothes, where you going, what you drinking, what you eating. It comes from something that was living at one point. Now that doesn't have life to serve an inanimate motion of reality in your life. And your decision was based off you choosing something that had nothing to do with your soul. You never make a decision based off the animation. Why is right and wrong? Because you are animated. So if by choice you were given by the creator of all things a light to have animation in your life, then that is your job to follow. Make the pathway clear for anybody who comes into your circumference. If you have capabilities, you make it easy for them because you got life. Divine gave you life. Divine gave you life. You're in a position to do something right, but you did something opposite to that life. Life gives. What's taken away from life? Who speaks against life? When the ultimate that gives you the reason to breathe right now, you're still inanimate, you're living. That light can come right out your body, and none of the negative bullshit you carry is existing anymore. It's only still latent in the DNA cells of the offspring your punk ass created. See the karmatic value? It starts running the same direction. You ain't gonna take no responsibility for it because, hey, I get away with it. I got free will. You ain't got free nothing. That light comes out of your body. Every decision you think is important, every attitude you think you got, every disrespect you ever done, everything that you think you have to make yourself look other than what you truly are is gone. At that point. That's why it's always all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. I watch you people chase nothing. Chase nothing when you can build everything with something. I'm retarded? I'm retarded? Really? To the value of me saying, yo, look, two of these divine energies put together can manifest great. Get the fuck out of my face. Get your stupid ass away from me. I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk to stupid. I don't want to waste my time on stupid. Stupid is, stupid does. Stupid is, and stupid does. It's a fact. And then it be so low budget that people think they can put you in the same cat. Like people need you to have dirt on your back just so they can feel comfortable about the dirt that they deal with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have dirt. You gotta have something on you bad. That's why people try to look for shit. They're like, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something. You ain't gonna find nothing. Shut your stupid ass. Matter of fact, go sit down somewhere. Go drink some water. Go drink some water. Drink some water with your simple ass. Me too. I ain't no different. I'm just a human. But I be talking big shit because I know what team I'm on. That's why I talk shit. I done told Divine, man, I ain't picking up these burdens. Let them carry their own burdens. I ain't doing none of that. That's up to them. They can judge and move how they want. I'm not carrying none of it. And then Divine look at them like that. Think about it. It's divine. It's a divine car. We in the divine camper of life. We going on a divine summer trip in a divine camper of life. We on a divine summer trip, right? We going on that. And then as we going on this trip, you start showing out in a divine camper. Divine, like, listen, this is not what we having in here. You like, I got free will, I can do what I want. And you like, yo, what if I just take that soul up out you real quick? I want to go home. What's home? What's home? What's home? That's what I'm talking about. What's home? You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be funny to me. Like, everybody think it's not that. It's never going to be that. And then on top of that, it's almost like saying Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. What the fuck you need the happy day for that? And that's just, you're supposed to be. If you got a child, you're supposed to be the mother and the pet. That's your job. You don't need nobody to congratulate you for that damn day. That's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to be loving and nurturing to your family, your children. That was your job. You laid down and had sex, raise your children. That's what it's about. It ain't, oh, well, I got to inflict pain that I went through from my past, and they're going to be cut different because I don't want them going through what I went through. You went through that bullshit because you had delinquent parents. One thing it had nothing to do with the next. Don't put the future on things that don't even exist yet. That means you ain't let go of them problems. You still holding on to be holding on. Yeah. Weak. That's what Divine say. Their flesh is weak. It's going to show you in every single way, shape, and form. People come over here and listen to me, and you know what they do? They go right to where they at, and they prove me right every single time. They come right over here, listen to what I gotta say, and then they go act out everything I say. They show their weakness, so they can't help it. You can't keep your mouth closed. You can't even walk around like this. You can't keep it closed. You be like, oh, this mother. As soon as they be like, he taking that, the weakness just come up, oozing out your flesh, just oozing. Just the weakness just pouring off you, just pouring, running down your back. The weakness just pouring down, but it's somebody else's fault. Somebody else did that. It ain't you, right? That be that reality, man. I don't be playing, yo. That's why I say I'd rather sit by myself, yo. I'd rather sit by myself because everybody be on the same type time. And I'd be like, damn, yo, it's crazy how far they touched everybody, yo. They got to everybody, yo. And even if they get to you, you strong enough to fight to go the other way. There's somebody out there in the world who needs to feel unconditional love. You know what that is to do? It's not even about you. Like, but you so selfish, you be like, I'd never do that. That's how people move. Like, and then it's been people that I've done dirty in life, yo. And I literally went back to them. And because I was coming in their energy, it was heavy. And I'm like, damn, I gotta see them, yo. I can't, like, as a man, I gotta see that energy. So I go see that energy, right? And I end up being emotional, you know what I'm saying? Going to like, damn, yo, I crushed some shit. I did that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And I go make it better. I remember I robbed a friend of mine and didn't even know that was them I robbed. I was with other people. It was before we was friends. I was young as shit. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I was probably, 18? Something like 19, maybe something like that. And he was like, after we got cool later, he was like, yo, you was with them that night they robbed us, right? He was like, it was some dude that walked up and he just kept walking. You was the dude that walked up. I was like, it might have been. I was like, yo, I put in plenty of work, bro. I ain't gonna sit there and deny that. I probably did. And if I robbed you, shit, I didn't know you then anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they thought they can get the money back or whatever. Or it was like they was trying to set it up to say, you know what I'm saying, we found who did what. Like, it was so many people involved and I felt bad, but what I did was I would give him from time to time. Like, if I had it to give him, I would give him. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad. But the other dude I had walked back to, I had to fix it. It made me fall into tears. I was crying and everything. I was like, damn, yo, I'm sorry. I ain't know. I wasn't raised right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things when I was a kid, ain't nobody teach me. They expect you to know it without you knowing. And then you got a lot of abuse behind that. You got beat a lot. So it was never like, yo, this is the right knowledge. This is how you move. No, it was you get beat into submission and think on your own type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had a rough upbringing, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't equate that to nothing. I'm just saying, you got to get tough some point in your life, and whatever way it comes, you use that as an advantage to yourself. But I never was like the type of person that'll take the negative things I went through and try to have that guide my life. That was something I never did. I didn't care for that. I didn't care to be like, as soon as I got away from certain things that made me feel some type of way, then I can feel myself. I can be myself. You know what I'm saying? It was like being yourself was the worst thing in the world. Like, people hate it because you was happy. So my thing was, get the hell away from people who don't like you to be happy in your own energy. So every time I got away, I felt better. You know what I'm saying? It was a great thing to connect with people who was in like minds and stuff like that. And sometimes you'll find somebody who, you know what I'm saying, that's on the page with you and y'all can have that intimacy. I've met some wonderful people in life, yo. And it's just not you know what I'm saying? Like this where I'm at right now, the place I was raised at, this little small existence is like the size of my thumb or my pinky. This existence, the time I lived here sits on my pinky compared to who I really met in life, where I've been, what I experienced. This place here, and it might have took more time out of my life. It still doesn't equate to all the experiences I have. It doesn't touch it. It don't touch it. That's the difference. Divine has shown me more than I ever went through. And I went through a lot. Damn near my whole life. Damn near my whole life. But Divine would show me 10 years in a day. Sometimes I can experience 10 years of shit in a day. Sometimes a year be the best year ever. Sometimes the love, man, I had some great loves, yo. For real. I cried hard the other day because just remembering, thinking about my wife, she passed away. And I was thinking about when we were together before things went off. And I was just thinking about the different times before things just changed in so many ways. And I broke. It just, I'm sitting outside and I didn't even know where it came from. It was just so overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow. And it was like she was hugging me or something. She was telling me it was all right. And I was like, it's not all right. You know what I'm saying? It's not all right. And I felt the strength that I couldn't use to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like that feeling that you want to use it to make it like when y'all make decisions to say something because you mad or y'all get out your flesh and you start acting out of your character or whatever just to make a point because you're angry. I felt that come up, but I never use it. I don't use that because you can't answer questions with that. That's like, to me, that's like a hot stove. Don't touch it. But a lot of y'all don't care. And when I was young, I remember my grandfather, he got called a name by somebody. And when the child was disrespectful, he didn't even say nothing. He just walked away. Because he knew in his mind, if that child was disrespectful like that, that's because her parents wasn't on her right. And that wasn't a problem he wanted to deal with. So he was able to walk away from that. So I learned this from my grandfather. I hear people saying dumb shit, acting stupid. Why would I entertain you? You don't got no divine training, more or less than home training. So why would I follow you up? I ain't gonna follow you up. Go talk all the shit you need to talk. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You need that because you weak in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what I'm saying. Like, it's so many different levels to understanding how you're supposed to move every day. And if you're not moving that way, you got a lot of work to do. People talking about, shadow work. And you don't even understand what that is, yo. It had nothing to do. And then people start making up stories. Oh, I created myself. For real? All right. Some people you can't argue with, yo. Some people you can't tell, you can't teach nothing because they believe how they believe until that reality hit them, until something hit them and take that 21 grams of light up out that ass. And then they sit there, that hunk of meat is on the ground and they screaming, baby, my baby gone. Like, it don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood, right? Is this my son? No, that ain't your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just don't get it. They too busy wanting to make a point. I ain't got no points made because Divine made the point when he brought the light here. You know what I'm saying? When he put the light inside you, that's when Divine made the point. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll let somebody else tell you how to live your life. You'll let another experience in your life guide your life in a certain direction. You'll let a pain that was enforced on you that wasn't divine curve the way you are as a person. That's showing that you are weak. That's showing you're proving what Divine saying in all its majesty. You doing that is proving that you are weak in the flesh. Because you were sitting there holding on to whatever you went through in life. So what? So what? People ask me, I would never. I told my mom plenty of times, like, I gotta forgive you. You my mom's. Only one I got. No matter how bad it was, I gotta forgive it. And the forgiving ain't the same forgiving that everybody thinks. It's not like, I'm forgiving you and you could do whatever you want. No, it's not that type of energy. It's true forgiveness. It's because that's the life that comes with that. It's your life. That's you. So some of y'all hate y'all parents. Some of y'all hate your family. Y'all hate your cousins and all that, but that's still you. So you can't love yourself? You must be mad that you did some dumb shit. You must be mad that you let yourself down in some type of way. Well, you got to get over all your mistakes that you did. Your flesh was weak. That's what it's there for, to be weak. But then within your conscious awareness, you watching that, you like, yeah, I saw that. I can peep that being weak. Next time I can move different. That's the whole point. Oh, that response I put out didn't work right. I felt how that came back. You don't get in your feelings and then be like, oh, y'all don't like me, F the world. It ain't like, that's not, you don't have a response to people like that because they don't know why you feel like that. So you got to be mindful what you say out of your mouth. People don't think, and most people in the world, most people in the world don't think, period, because they never had a chance to. You never thought a day in your life. When you do think, you think of things that don't value the connection of what you is, and that's a fact. You don't think about it. You're just like, yo, you must be wasn't thinking when you made that choice. Like, no, I was just mad. That means in your life you more mad than you are rational in your mind because you make decisions like that all the time. Shit ain't rocket science to me, yo. Like, if I want to find out if you truly on that type time and you say that, I'm gonna put you in a circumstance sometimes, or I might ask you a question, and your response to that question just told me everything I need to know. Your response to that answer just told me everything I need to know. Men lie, women lie, numbers lie when they're controlled by people. It's a fact. It's the reality we live in. What you believe in? I believe in action. I believe in physical shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit I can see. The rain hit your skin, it's wet, it's cool. The sun hit your skin, it's hot, you get dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get roasted from the sun. Your family can hurt your feelings because that's what you're connected to. Somebody you choose to give your heart to can hurt your feelings because that's what you're connected to. How does that equate to where you're going from that point? How well you handle that? Did you put soul energy into that to allow that to go where it's going? And see, most people think it's because of them that's happening. No, it's not. I chose to do that. You ain't got no power. You ain't got nothing. You a piece of shit. It's a fact. That has already been explained by your actions. You've proven you the biggest piece of crap in this damn world by your actions. That doesn't have to be said. One thing ain't got to be said. Your actions show that you ain't ish. We know this. You being not ish to me depends on how well I absorb that. Whether or not I can forgive it or not. I can always step into that same energy and be all in my feelings like, or just like Almighty. It's nothing. I'm Almighty. So then you'll watch the world keep trying to do shit to see how almighty you is. Let's test them. Let's see if you get mad. Let's see if this changed. Let's see if this changed. Really? Now, mind you, this what you not doing it to me, to the flesh, because the flesh don't matter. You doing it to the light that's inside of me. So what divine gonna say? Because you ain't doing it to me, you doing it to his light, to the light that was given to animate this flesh. So you are attempting to make that light cry or hurt or feel lost or change its love or something. You are attempting to make that happen. Do you not see you walking the path already? Do you not see yourself in a situation that you're going to be praying for something higher to save you? And what you screaming at to help you is going to be the same energy that's got your ass in it. You know what? People always got some issues, man. That's the world. Y'all always got some issues to deal with. I've been seeing that. I'm telling you the problem, though. The world separated y'all from what you are and told you that all these other things was important. So every time you're supposed to make a decision based off how your soul was given to you, you don't. You make it based off how your flesh feels. And because that is there and somebody can push that feeling a little bit, you really believe that how you feel in your flesh is more important than what your soul just told your stupid ass. And y'all keep making that failed choice your whole entirety of life. You keep making that same failed choice your entirety of life. That's why I sit back and I laugh, because I already know what's coming for you. I know what's coming for you. The same shit you dished out. Keep in mind, you agreed to it. You agreed to it by your action of wanting to do it. That's how you want to be. You want to be mean. You want to have people check. Who's going to check for that? A crackhead? Maybe. Oh, they mad at me today. I don't know if I should go ask them for a dub. Yo, that's how the crack. I don't know if they mad at me. I thought you was mad at me, bro. Hey, Miss Queen, how you doing, Queen? Can I take your garbage out for you? No, I ain't messing with you. You know you took that piece the other day. I didn't take that, Queen. That wasn't me. Y'all be moving out here like crackheads. I'm telling you, y'all get mad about the dumbest shit, and then y'all act like animals when you gotta respond to shit. It be funny. That shit just be funny to me, yo. Like, I don't think like that. Stay away from me with all that energy, yo. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I love real good, real strong. And I could be a clown and shit sometimes. I could be funny. I could make jokes. I do shit like that. I do that to keep my own energy in the right place. You know what I'm saying? But when I love for real. It's never not a moment. It's never not a person. If I told him I love him, I didn't love him for real. It's never been that. And it was the most genuine love. Me and the individuals could have went across the whole damn planet together, but they let shortcomings come between us. And then they get mad because the ultimate choices that they choose after that don't meet up to a person who would contend with paying real attention to what their needs are. That be the difference. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had nobody to really pay attention to your needs. They don't really look at you. They don't really put the time in to listen. You know what it sounds like when you tell a person you listen opposed to you really listening to them? Sometimes you got to be still just to hear if they're going to say something. People don't even know what that means. Sometimes you got to be still just to be able to listen to something that possibly may come. They might not got nothing to say at that moment. But I've been listening to you all week. I've been listening to you all month. I've been listening to you all year. I slept next to you. I heard how you breathed. I remember the night it was cold and you got a little cold in your chest. I could hear your breathing change a little after that. I'm listening to you. That's love, yo. That's unconditional love. They be like, how you know that? Because I was listening. See, people don't put that much time into their relationship. Y'all too busy thinking the outside things will satisfy things momentarily until you get to that point in that road you got to cross it. That's not how you start early. You start paying attention early. You start listening early. You start showing love early. I'm one of the most loving people on the planet. But if I don't got no love for you, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not going to even lose no sleep on what you got to say. If you've shown me you're the wrong person for me to love, don't play yourself. I'm telling you, don't do it. It's not a good thing. And if you want love from me, especially from this cancer, yeah, and you did me dirty, you got to fix that. You got to fix that. And then it's going to take a little minute because I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect like everybody else. I go to the divine about it. Believe me. If it's supposed to happen, I'll be like, yo, Most High, if this what you want me to do, you got to put it in me to make it happen, Father, because I ain't got it. My flesh is weak. I can't do what they're asking me, Father. So if this is your will, let your will be done. What? I'm different, yo. I'm telling you, everything is different. I asked divine to do it. I'll be like, I can't do that. They want me to do what? I'm not doing that shit for them. Hell no. That's how I be. I'm not giving it to no man, nor no woman. Hell no. For what? And people be like, you should forgive because it's for you. Nah, that's not for me. I got the Most High that's for me. Divine is always here for me. I ain't got to feel nothing. I ain't got to feel no emotion that nobody threw at me to make me feel any type of way. I just give it to the Most. I'll be like, Divine, look what they sent me. He'd be like, "What's that? I don't know. Some type of emotion in the box. Huh? I'm gonna send it to you, Divine. That's what they want me to feel like today." I get that shit to Divine real quick. Divine, let me throw this shit in the damn abyss. Throw that in the abyss. It's never coming. It's not gonna be there. It's gonna be there. It should be funny as shit to me, yo, for real, for real. You know what I mean? Like people be mad, like everybody want attention. I love to love, yo, but I'm only gonna do it right. I can't indulge in the fake way. That's why I be thinking I'm on the wrong planet. I'm like, I'm on the wrong planet, yo, for real. I'm on the wrong planet. A minute, an hour and 20. Hour and 20. I was just having a thought just now. Like, I be going in these little places. I be going in these little pockets, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I had a thought. I don't even want to speak the thought because it was a little different. It was weird. It was something I ain't never thought of before. And I was like, you know what? Divine would be the one to do the divine energy would do something like that. Just to because it's almost like you get what you ask for, right? So some people don't really mean what they say when they say it, but they're saying it, opposed to how they feel when that feeling comes around full circle. So it's like you said a lot of shit, but you really didn't mean it. But what if divine did that in a way to where particularly that energy was that to you? So now it's not for you that way no more because you wanted it dead. So are you saying that this energy that you wanted away from you and removed should be dead to you? That doesn't take the life from that person. That just makes the connection you and that person have flatline. Like you got to be mindful. I had a friend, right, that said to me when I was homeless for a little minute, almost 2 years, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, about 2 years. Sleeping in the streets and that, for real, like literally behind I'm sleeping behind big lots on the ground. Had made me like a little box. I took because they had some crates out there, and the crates they used to take the boxes and crush them, and then pile all the crushed boxes on them. So I go out there late night, pull the boxes out, and make like a hut out of the boxes and push the crates because I had Wi-Fi over there too. So my phone, I'd be laying on the ground between the crates and make me like a tent with the boxes. I had blankets and all that. I'd be sitting out there with my bags. And the only time it was bad is when it would rain. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this. It's just like I don't know. It's I happened to go into that thought or whatever when I was homeless. But even when I was homeless, like I always referred back to the divine, yo. It didn't even matter. Like I never blamed nobody. I never looked at it like, yo, these people need to pay. I never looked at life like that. I would always come to the divine and be like, divine, this is heavy on me. How I feel, I can't handle this energy. Can you take it? And divine will take it off me, like literally lift it up off me. And that became a repetition. Like you start doing that shit over and over and over and over and over to where it becomes second nature. And you like, damn, divine is always there, no matter what. Divine literally take that feeling away from you. I remember looking in the mirror, not the mirror, but the reflection of the laundromat is like really hot. It's like the sun was shining, and you could see like your reflection real clear. And like all the hair on me it started changing white. It was crazy. Like I was graying in places I didn't know. And I'm like, why am I getting so old looking? It's like my skin was just like looking crazy old. And I'm like, damn. And then what I learned, right? I learned that when you land on the earth, like when you land on the ground, you're moving with the spin of the earth. Time is different. People take that shit for granted. Like you walk every day and you got shoes on that keeps you this much space above the ground. You go into your home and your bed is off the floor, even though your house is on. If you never heard this before, you can ask a scientist. Higher altitude, you age slower. It's a fact. So you always up off the ground, whether you got high heel shoes on as women or you got on You in your car as a man or whatever, or you upstairs or you on your bed, whatever. You live above the ground. Whenever you literally got to wake up on the ground and walk it and then lay back on it on the ground, you literally catch up with the curve or the spin of the earth. So it's like now you the same time as father time. You in that time. And I watched that shit start to age me. And I was like, yo, I look crazy. Yo, this shit was so crazy. And it was only when I got like water, a great shower, can eat a little bit. I still was skinny because I was starving. Like, go a whole week with no food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met some cool people though. Like, I ain't gonna front. I met some cool people, and I ain't about to get off track. But just it's nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? It's very nostalgic. Like just remembering the things you when you all the way down and nobody is there, nobody cares. It's like it's like they want to see you there, right? And they laugh and they point and all of that. But then Devon said, I got another plan for you. I just need you to be courageous. I'm gonna bring you right back up. All that's coming on you is gonna come right off. And you don't even know what's gonna happen, but you know Devon working with you because you might feel something. I remember one day, there's no bullshit, yo. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I mean, literally nowhere, like in the middle of nowhere. Got no connection to nothing, talking to nobody, da 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 da. Ain't got no food, no nothing. Just like, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm starving. Devon needs some money. $50 would do me so much justice right now. Out of the blue, $50 hit my cash app. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, where $50 come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, who could send me $50? But I got $50. And I just asked the Divine, like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Divine sent me $50. I'm like, wow, yo, all praises. And I cried. I mean, one day sitting outside beside the laundromat and I'm starving. I'm sitting there like, yo, damn, yo. I ain't ate nothing in 2 days. I'm hungry as shit. I'm like, and I'm sitting there looking at the rocks on the street or whatever. And I'm like imagining that little rock is my house. This little rock is like my driveway. That's my little building in the back where I be doing all my experiences, my experiments or whatever. And I'm just like imagining my home and all that, looking at the little stones. And this dude, big tall, he had to be like 6'7", big tall ass white dude. He came out of blue. He was like, yo, you hungry? I was like, what is it? He had like fried, and it was hot too. Fresh fried okra and shrimp. They had just dumped it in the plate. Shit was piping hot. He gave that shit to me. And then he had kept walking, right? He kept walking to the back of the building. So I had just asked, I told her, I was like talking to the Divine, and like as soon as he got to the end of the building, he turned. So I was feeling some type of way. I wanted to be like, yo, thank you. So I ran to the corner to say, yo, thank you. Dude was gone. And there was no way that you could turn. There was no way for him to go. Like he had to literally grow wings and fly away. You know what I'm saying? Like the experiences I saw, it always made me believe in the divine more and not believe into the divine the way people would tell you through the religious aspect. Even the owner of the laundromat, he came one day, he was like, y'all can't be out here. I'm going to call the police. Y'all got to go. I was like, call the police. And he's like, yeah. I was like, can I talk to you for a minute? He's like, yes. So he stepped on the side. I was like, yo, listen, I'm homeless. And Devon told me I could be here until it's time for me to go. You know, I understand you got a business to run, but I ain't in nobody's face. I'll normally be in the back. I was like, I ain't got nowhere to go right now. I was like, if you could just deal with me and for a few more days, I'll be out of here. Crazy, right? The owner of the store changed his mind and he gave me money and a Bible. I still got the little Bible he gave me. That same day, another dude came, gave me a job, made mad bread. Another dude came, gave me a job, made mad bread. All in the same week. Right, that I'm telling the dude I'm leaving. By the time the end of the week came, I had a pocket full of money and I went to another state. Like, just was up out of there. Like, yo, still homeless, but Divine made a way. Divine made a way. And that's how I looked at it. I was still homeless, but Divine made a way. So I'm like, yo. And sometimes, yo, that's still not enough. because where you came from, right? It's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? And then you looking like, damn, how did I get all the way here? And then you start looking at all your choices in life. You listen to what everybody said to you and how they said things, and it's you ain't got nothing else. You ain't got no time to do nothing else. You ain't got like nothing else going on. So how people look at you, all of that, you start seeing everything. You remember everything. People who you might have known actually pulled up on you and treated you like they ain't even see you. You be like, yo, I know that dude, right? But he's standing out there like, down now. Yeah, he down. Yeah, he down. Finally. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Real shit. Real shit. Friends that call yourself. Like, I seen the illest shit ever. I seen some of the illest shit ever, yo. And one thing I never do is forget. That's why I don't fuck with nobody today. Ain't nobody could come up to me talking about we cool. What? I ain't cool with nobody, yo. I ain't friends with nobody, yo. I don't rock with nobody. You ain't gonna never hear me. Oh, that's my cousin. Nah, you never hear me say no dumb shit like that. You never hear me be like, oh, these my peoples. Nah, none of that. I swear, yo. Never again. Never again. You never hear me be like, oh, I know them. Nah. I walk right past you. Had somebody call my phone out the blue, yo. Told me, yo, what's up? I flipped out on him. Yeah, I flipped out. I was like, yo, you don't fuck with me, nigga. Call my fucking phone. Flip right out on him. Wanted all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I flipped right out on him. I was like, nah, I don't fuck with nobody. And it's because it was a realization that hit me. Nobody ever is there for you, but you are there for them. You know what I mean? People I've been there for. Just because I felt like that's the role you should have played. And I just said this in the beginning. I said, yo, showing people unconditional love sometimes is a gift because they went through so much. That's what they need. So Divine put me in positions to show people love. I show a lot of people love. I did a lot for people. Fake ass homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Like literally $100, few $100 in their pocket. Don't worry about that whole lot. One day I might need it back. Change niggas' whole lives. I done changed niggas' whole lives. For real, like for real. I did the most for people. You know what I'm saying? And thought that at my time of need, I'd probably be able to cash it in. And then people judge you. They judge you. And then they take more. Because they really envied you. And you start understanding that people ain't really your friends like that. Your own friends will stab you in your back and go mess with whoever you dealing with or whatever. Then you realize those ain't your friends. So now at that point, I can't have no conversation with you ever again. And that right there is me showing my last piece of love. I'm gonna walk away from you. I got nothing else for you. That's it. Stay the fuck away from me. And I mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? With all of me. Stay away from me because there ain't nothing else. There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? So once I separate from somebody, it's not really no comeback unless you real adamant about fixing it. And there's very few people in my life I've met that cared about me that much to apologize that way. Or was man or woman enough to fix it. And these people ain't even around here. They like in other states or other countries or part of the world. These are real people. These are like people who had real good qualities about them. Some of the greatest qualities. I have never met those type of people here in the South. Nah, I never met those people here in the South. But other places I've went in the world, I've met some good people. I mean, they blow your mind. I met some real good people. I met fucked up people all around the world too. Don't get it twisted. I met some weird individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like some very weird. I even met a giant one day. I'll tell you about that story another time. But because I'm always over an hour and 30 minutes. I ain't gonna stay on too long, but it ain't like nobody coming through and whoever keep popping in, popping out, trying to mess up my algorithm or whatever. They ain't got nothing else better to do. They love me so much they hate me. They hate me so much they love me. It's all good. I really don't care. It don't bother me at the end of the day. It's just it's fire though that they sit around and wait for me to and they do the same shit every day. Like they sit around and wait for me to come out with a video or live, and then as soon as I come on, they be jumping all over. They be all over my page, like I'm here. Hey, go sit your retarded ass down somewhere, yo. Like shit crazy. That's as strong as they could. That's as strong as they could do. Think they messing with the online. Like I'm gonna go up here and mess with the algorithm, man. You know, but I'm so dope. You don't even know the things I've done in my life. This means nothing. Like I'm doing this for people. This ain't for me. It's for the world. I drop knowledge for the world. Like shit ain't for me. You ain't hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Devon got me covered anyway. So you already know the vibes. Yo, Naga the Wise. Just because you think you know, you don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of watching our people fail, yo. We need to be on another level. You know what I'm saying? And it's not what people think it is, yo. It's just not that. And yeah, get your shit together.